All right. I'm not even going to attempt to decipher that handle. So whomever that is that's asking the question with a lot of N's and numbers involved,
Nintendo.
asking.
Nintendo.
Oh, no, no, no. There you go. Yeah, I wasn't really looking at that. Thank you, Greg. Nintendo. Very clever. All right, looking for upsets this season. I will say this, Greg. I've got the schedule pulled, so I've got the jump on you here. I'm not going to say necessarily that any of these are likely upsets, but it's not going to feel real good going into hopefully a bowl game, losing 3 consecutive games to finish the season. So it's Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Iowa. That's a tough stretch at the end of the season. So it would be nice to steal one of those games to even, you don't want to have that, even if you go 6-6 and get to a bowl game, you were 6-3 and you lost the last 3 of the season. To be able to steal one against those 3 would feel pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think that you have to kind of go in looking at this as saying, I want to play Ohio State right down to the wire. I want to give them our best, see what we can do. I mean, they've got an unproven quarterback coming back, but they are the Ohio State, so we don't expect them to drop off very much. But if you'd be stupid to think that they're going to upset Ohio State. But like I said, you shoot for trying to play them tough and not to get embarrassed. And you got to put together 2 halves to do that. We've seen them play Ohio State tough for a half before, but it kind of drops out of the barrel there. Now I look at those other 2 games, 2 teams that that you can play with, 2 teams that have your number right now, and I think that with the experience coming back on this team and the improvements that they've made, those are 2 games that they don't want to lose. And I think they're going to do everything possible to win both of those games. And just like I said, I think you're going to see a new attitude out of this team. And you're going to see a team that now refuses to lose to an Iowa or a Wisconsin, because that's where they need to be. And that's where people want to see them. To get back to this so-called normalcy that Nebraska fans have been clamoring to have.
Because really, before those final 3 games of the season, the only sure underdog role that Nebraska is going to play is on the road against Oklahoma. The other games that they're going to be a Vegas underdog is basically going to be because they're on the road.
Yeah.
They're not decidedly going to be a huge underdog against Minnesota, Michigan, or Northwestern. Yeah. On the point spread, you would think, because, and again, we're assuming these teams play to the level that we're expecting. There will be some surprises, of course, but when they go to Minnesota, let's say in mid-October, that's a toss-up game, and Minnesota, as it stands right now, would be somewhat of a favorite, again, probably because they're going to be at home. But Michigan at home in Lincoln, mid-October, that's obviously a tough game, but it's very winnable.
Yeah.
Northwestern's at home.
Should be a good game, but winnable. That's what really we've been trying to get to, that you got to win these games that are winnable games instead of losing them all to start turning the corner. Because those are games, that Nebraska is expected to win a game against an Illinois or a Purdue or a Northwestern. Those are just expected. And that's been the hard thing to try to get around, is that Nebraska keeps losing to teams like this. And, I think that question that we always had about Iowa is like, do you consider that a rivalry? I don't know if it can be a rivalry if one team wins it all the time. It doesn't seem like it. So I think, Nebraska's upset, and they want to start being known as one of these teams that, has a chance to win this division year in and year out.